Welcome back to another video, guys. Today's topic is going to be the 5 bulking must-dos for skinny guys with fast metabolisms. So the must-dos that you guys have to start implementing right away. So as soon as you're done watching this video, I want you to implement some of these tips, some of these advice, some of these must-dos that I'm about to mention throughout this entire video. So let's get right into things for today. The very first thing is do eat junk food. Now, this might sound a little bit, I don't know, you might be scratching your head saying, oh, wow, I get permission to eat junk food. I don't have to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 6 to 7 times within a day. No, definitely not at all. And that's not the way you should be eating at all in the first place. You should be aiming for higher calorically dense foods because chicken breast is just all lean meat. There's no fat into them or inside of them, on them, whatever kind of floats your boat with wording there. Chicken thighs, though, delicious. They're a little bit fatty. They got some decent protein in them, and you can make some delicious meal out of them. So definitely aim for higher calorically dense foods. It's really going to help you out in the long run, so that way you can tolerate the mass amounts of food that you'll be eating. It's not going to be a big amount, but it's going to be just enough for you to feel a little bit full, a little bit uncomfortable, but nothing to the extreme, right? Opposed to if you were to do like a dirty bulk. Now, a dirty bulk is when you just eat mass amounts of food without no regards of, their macros or calories, whatever it is, right? You kind of have that eat everything in sight mentality. And that's when people get super, super fat from doing a dirty bulk because you gain so much excess fat when doing that kind of bulk. So you don't have to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 6 times per day. And do not dirty bulk. Keep things very delicious in terms of the higher calorically dense foods that you'll be consuming. Implement some junk food, right? You don't have to take away junk food completely. If anything, junk food should be used as a tool for you to use, right? Don't overdo it. Don't get too towards the dirty bulking side of things, but don't cut it out completely where you're going to be eating foods that are bland and gross and, you're going to end up having to force feed from doing so. So use it as a tool whenever you feel like you need some junk food in your system, whenever you feel like you need to add a few more calories in at the end of your day because you're just like maybe 500 calories or 700 calories left inside of your eating for the day and you're trying to fill it in. Definitely go to McDonald's, go to whatever fast food place or joint that you love and that you like, and order whatever you want. So definitely implement that. That's the first thing that I want to cover with you guys. And going into the next slide here, we're going to talk more about the surplus side of things. So you want to be eating in a slight calorie surplus. So do eat in a slight calorie surplus because much like what I mentioned in the last slide, you don't want to get too far into the dirty bulk category. You're going to feel disgusting Monday through Sunday. It's going to feel gross. It's not going to be something that's going to be sustainable. You're going to fall off track. You're going to gain so much unnecessary fat, and it's just going to create for a whole situation that you don't want to be in for yourself. So literally, even climbing stairs or going on short walks will have you out of breath. Like, no joke. When you're at that point where you gain so much excess fat and you try to climb up some stairs, you try to go for a short walk, you will be a little bit out of breath. And it's not going to be a lot to the point where you're about to pass out, but it's going to be enough for you to notice and realize, damn, I might have overdone this bulk. I might have steered too to the right of dirty bulk territory. So what we want to do is we want to eat in a slight caloric surplus of 3 to 500 calories. Nothing crazy, nothing more than that, because anything more will likely start to gain a little bit more excess fat that we don't need, that our body doesn't need. Whenever the weight does stall, whenever the weight does, start to, let me rephrase that. Whenever you start to plateau in the weight that you're in. So for example, if you're 195 1 week and the next week you're still 195, then that's when you know it's time to bump up the calories a little bit more. And you only bump up the calories by an additional 3 to 500 more, and you repeat that cycle until you stall or plateau again, and you add more calories onto what you're already eating. So this makes the bulk a lot more sustainable. It might last a little longer, but you'll remain relatively toned or lean, nothing like shredded or anything like that, but you'll still be a little bit lean. You might gain, or not might, you will gain some fat, but not to the point where you're going to be, super duper fat as if you were in a dirty bulk. Nothing like that. Do incorporate liquid calories. Liquid calories will definitely save your life, especially when you have to eat, or especially when you start to get up to that 3, maybe 3,500 calorie range. Consuming liquid calories make things so much more easier. Should it be for every meal? Definitely not. I don't think that's even healthy at all. I'm not sure what the science is behind that, but I don't think it's really sustainable at all unless you really, really need it. But I feel like that's a dire situation when you're in a bed at a hospital, right? So not for every meal. Every now and then is okay, so that way it can aid you in your bulking phase. No, this does not mean you need to go out and buy a mass gainer. The only thing you really need is just protein powder, and just look up recipes online through Google for you to try out, see whatever, see what kind of like appetizes your palate, and just go from there. But there's going to be plenty of liquid or protein shake recipes that are up towards 1K calories with 90 to 100 grams of protein. There's so many recipes out there online, so look at the ones that feel like are appetizing for you and give it a go. Do go for walks. Walks are very, very good. I wish I would have implemented more walks back then when I was bulking hardcore. But walking is just a great way for you to just get around, get moving, get things digesting more appropriately, more efficiently, opposed to just sitting down and laying down after you're done a big meal, after you're done eating a big meal. Because after you get up from laying down after eating such a big meal, you feel so sluggish. You have brain fog, you feel super sleepy, and you're just out of it. You're just kind of like a zombie. And then before you know it, your next meal comes along. The time to eat your next meal comes along, and you're still full and you're still out of it. And that's when you have to force feed, and you feel like throwing up, and you're all bloated, and it's just a terrible situation to be in. So just take some short walks. Can be anywhere from 15 to half an hour. Maybe a little bit more if you need it, but just until you're feeling good, everything's, getting digested, and you can feel your appetite start to work back up. Do be consistent. Consistency will rule all. It's far more important than just being motivated, because motivation is not going to last whatsoever. And this is not some mindset course or anything that I'm trying to make here within these slides, but honestly, really, like, you need to have the right mindset to be on a bulk, or really start a fitness journey in general. So with that, you need to make sure you're consistent, because having the right mindset means that you're going to be consistent with whatever you're doing inside of your life. Specifically in this case, we're going from skinny to fit. So be very consistent. Make sure you're tracking everything. You're going to encounter a lot of challenges inside of your bulking phase. It's going to be, super frustrating at times, but you have to make sure that you overcome those obstacles. You have a big enough reason why you're doing this to plow through those obstacles, those roadblocks, so that way nothing holds you back from getting to the end destination that you want to reach. And always remember, the most uncomfortable things in life will provide the most growth, because if it were as easy as eating a few meals a day, training here and there, and you just do it for a couple of weeks and you get the physique that you want, you get the fit physique that you want from going from a skinny guy, then every skinny guy would be able to do this. But you don't see every skinny guy who's fit, right? Because not every skinny guy will be able to handle the challenges, handle the workload, handle the roadblocks, right? And when the going gets tough, that's when your true colors show, and you're really shown if you're resilient enough to reach the goals that you have set out for yourself. But enough of my tangent there on the mindset stuff. Baseline in terms of how long a bulking phase should last, it should be 16 weeks on average, so 4 months. So that way you give yourself enough time to build up the muscle, the weight that you want to, get up towards. And then if anything, like if you want to continue the bulking phase, then you're able to do so. Or if you just want to stop right there and go on like a little bit of a mini cut, then you're also able to do so. Just totally depends on when you want to go after the 4 months are up. That concludes the video for today, though, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a skinny guy with a fast metabolism who's looking for a more personalized approach for coaching, so that way you get to avoid making the mistakes that comes along inside your fitness journey, then please be sure to click the link down below in the description, so this way we can see if one-on-one coaching is a fit for you. But until the next video, guys, take care. Much love to you all, and peace.